Welcome back to another video, and today we got our Week 14 NFL game predictions. Um, and now in this video, we're just going to do what we normally do. We're going to look at every single game this week, make our picks, take a look at everyone else's picks, and then finish with our selection. Real quick, though, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. We do college basketball content every Monday, college football every Tuesday. This, of course, every Wednesday, and then NBA content typically every Thursday. We also do MLB content when that season is, up and going. So if any of that interests you, make sure you get on there, hit that subscribe button, turn on the noties to make sure you don't miss. Because like I said, we're uploading 4 times a week around here. Of course, like this video if you enjoy. Links in the description. As always, X, Twitch, TikTok, Discord. Make sure you follow those, join those. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the standings as of right now. Yes, I am still in first. I've said this every video, but I've won all 3 years we've done it, and right now I'm looking like I'm in a good spot here to get the 4P going. But Matthew is closing the gap a little bit, so maybe I got to lock in and, really focus up. He's only 6 games behind. We still got a whole lot of ways left to go, and obviously, for those who don't know, playoffs are worth double points, and the Super Bowl is worth 3. But yeah, I'm looking in a pretty good spot. I'm getting 2/3 of the games right, so that's always a good sign. Ben and Connor right there tied at third. Gavin and Jackson a little bit farther behind, but they're battling, duking it out for 5th and 6th. But let's go ahead and get into the Thursday night picks. So we already got 4 on the lines, 1 on the Packers. The one on the Packers is a Packers fan, so no surprise there. He usually picks the Packers, and it's not a bad strategy. They're 9-3. They're a very good team. The Lions did win the last game these two played. I think this game is in. I mean, this is a heater of a Thursday night game. We usually don't see these type of matchups on Thursday night, so this is a great game to see here. The Lions will have a week worth of rest. They'll get it at home. I mean, the Lions are playing like the best team in football right now. The Packers only get 4 days. All the signs are pointing toward the Lions. I could see the Packers winning. They're a very good team, but a home primetime game, they get a week because they played Thanksgiving last week. I think the Lions get it done. It's hard not to pick the Lions. They're 11-1. Like I said, they're looking like the best team in football, at least to me. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Lions. We'll see if the Bears go ahead and take their offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson. I've also seen talks that the Bears might try and get their defensive coordinator as well. So that just goes to show how many good coaches are on the Lions, that not only their offensive coordinator is looking to get promoted to a head coach, but their defensive as well. So that's a huge testament to them. And I mean, they're an amazing team. Best offensive line in the league, best offense in the league, in my opinion. Very good defense. Yeah, the Lions are a great team. I'm going to go ahead and take them. An AFC South stinker of a matchup, pretty much. I mean, Jaguars versus Titans. The story here is Trevor Lawrence goes down with the late hit injury. It was pretty. I mean, it was pretty bad. It was, he was sliding. Azeez Al-Shaair of the Texans hits him. It was pretty dirty in my eyes. I mean, you just hate to see stuff like that. So yeah, Trevor Lawrence is looking like he's going to be out for the year. So it's going to be Mac Jones versus Will Levis, is it? I mean, I'm not even. Is it Will Levis? I think it is. 2-10 versus 3-9. Reality is the winner here. It's not going to make much of a difference in terms of the rest of the league. I'll take the Titans at home. I don't know. I think the Titans at least have a somewhat solid defensive line. Maybe they can pressure Mac Jones, but this is one of the worst games I've seen. So this is, I'll take the Titans at home, I guess. An AFC East matchup, the 3-9 Jets, very disappointing, as well as you could say disappointing 5-7 Dolphins, although they have been without Tua. Both these teams definitely underperforming. I think I had both of them going 10-7 preseason. That's looking like it's not going to be the case. Miami's favored by 6, though, at home. I'm going to take them. I just think at this point they're playing for a lot more. They at least still have an outside chance to get into the playoffs. The Jets are just, I mean, at 3-9, it's just not happening at this point. And the Dolphins have the offense to carry them to win some games. So against the Jets defense, who actually really hasn't been playing all that great this season, I mean, they've been good, obviously. I don't know. I'm going to take the Dolphins. I think they're the better team. The Falcons versus Vikings, the Kirk Cousins revenge game. This one should be interesting. I've been a big Falcons supporter. I've been high on the Falcons ever since the preseason. I mean, just looking at the roster, this is a solid team. But at this point, they're 6-6. The Vikings are 10-2. I'm gonna take Minnesota at home. I could see Kirk Cousins going in there and getting his revenge. I could really see that. I mean, if it wasn't for the Falcons continuously letting me down every time I pick them, I'd probably take them again here. But I can't get aboard with the Falcons. I mean, the Falcons are one of these teams that I can't figure out. I mean, right now they're tied with the Bucks for the NFC South Division lead, so every game they can win is kind of a must win. And I could see Kirk Cousins going into Minnesota and getting his revenge. But I don't know. The Vikings are 6-point favorites at home. Their defense looks like one of the best in the league. I'll take Minnesota, but I don't know. This one could go either way. I think it's going to be closer than 6 points. I think you bet that the Falcons cover that spread. The Saints versus the Giants. Looking at the Saints, they got 4 to the Giants 1. I'm going to go ahead and join the majority and take the Saints. I'm not very excited about either of these teams. With the Saints, Taysom Hill's now out for the year. So no Shaheed, no Olave, no Taysom Hill. It's really just Kamara, and Derek Carr is trying to do whatever he can. I mean, he really can't do. I mean, he's not an elite quarterback even with all of their options. Yeah, I think I'll take the Saints. I mean, 4.5-point favorites. The Giants have Drew Lock at quarterback, I believe. So I don't know. I'll take the Saints. This is another one of these matchups where it's just two terrible teams. The over/under is 40.5. I mean, that just goes to show these offenses are going to struggle. I'll take the Saints though. The Panthers versus Eagles, pretty straightforward here. The Eagles looking like one of the best teams in the league. I was kind of hating on the Eagles recently. I take everything back. They're 10-2. They're favored by 13 points in this game. In no world am I taking the Panthers. I will say Bryce Young has looked a lot better. He's actually putting up a lot of points for the Panthers and making them look semi-decent. But against the Eagles on the road, no chance. I'll take the Eagles. An AFC North matchup, these always tend to be close in this division for some reason. I mean, these teams just play each other well. It's a 3-9 team versus a 9-3 team, though. The Steelers also get it at home. Jameis Winston had a Jameis Winston type performance on Monday night last week against the Broncos. He had, what was it, like 450 yards and like 4 touchdowns, 3 picks, something like that. He also had 2 pick sixes. Yeah, I'll take the Steelers. I mean, the Steelers are rolling. They're looking like they're going to win the AFC North with the Ravens dropping a couple games. Very impressive stuff. Nobody expected this, and Mike Tomlin's going to have another winning season. He's never had a losing one. Yeah, the Steelers look really good. I'll go ahead and take them at home. The Raiders versus the Bucks. The Raiders are 2-10. Really, the only thing promising for the Raiders is Brock Bowers. He's looking like arguably the best tight end in the league as a rookie. He's on track to break every single rookie tight end record that Sam Laporta set last year. He's looking to crush those. And yeah, that's really it though with the Raiders. With the Buccaneers, Bucky Irving, I'll say, looks really good. He's a rookie for them. With Mike Evans continuing to get healthier and healthier. He did come back, 2-3 weeks ago now. Baker Mayfield still doing his thing. I'll take Tampa at home. I think they're playing for a little more. They're still trying to win their division and get in the playoffs. So I'll take the Bucks in this one. An NFC West matchup where I feel like this one could potentially decide the division, with the Niners dealing with the amount of injuries that they have, and they're all the way down at 5-7. They're 2 games back of the Seahawks. The Rams are 6-6. The Cardinals are 6-6. The Seahawks are 7-5. This is a wide open division so far, so this matchup could potentially decide the division. The Seahawks actually won, I believe it was 2 weeks ago when they played. I think Arizona gets their revenge at home. They're favored by 2.5. I think these are 2 pretty evenly matched teams. Could I see Seattle winning? Yes. But I'll take the home team here. I think these 2 teams are even enough where the fact that they just played so recently, I could definitely see a split happening here. So I'll take Arizona. Kyler Murray, James Conner, Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr., although he has been a little disappointing. Yeah, these are 2 pretty good offenses. I think this could potentially be a shootout. But I'll take Arizona to win at home. The Bills versus the Rams, huge game here for both teams. The Bills are trying to get that 1 seed in the AFC. Um, when looking at the Rams side of things, they're trying to get into the playoffs. The Bills are 1 game back of the Chiefs right now. The Rams are 1 game back of Seattle for their division. Um, in this one, I'm just going to take what I believe is the better team and who I believe has the MVP quarterback on their team. I think Josh Allen at this point deserves the MVP more than anyone else, more than Lamar, although it is a little bit close, but I think Josh Allen deserves it. He hasn't won an MVP yet. I think this is the year we give it to him. They're 10-2. I know this is in SoFi, which could be interesting, but it's not a primetime game. It's an afternoon game. This should be a fun game. The over-under is 49.5. I believe that's the highest of any game this week. So yeah, it should be a very fun game. Well, no, besides Packers-Lions, so it's the second highest. Should be a very fun game though. But Buffalo's favored by 4. I'm gonna take them. They are cruising right now. Yeah, they look really good. The Bears Niners. This is actually one that I don't know who to pick. San Francisco's 5-7. The Bears are 4-8. Who has the better chance to make the playoffs? I would say the Niners. The Bears have a gruesome schedule with their last 5 games left. 4 if you don't include this one. The Niners get it at home. I'll tell you what, this is my last week. I'm holding out hope for my team, the Bears. They continuously find ways to lose. The Bears, when it comes to finding new ways to lose every single week, they would be the greatest team to ever be assembled if you're trying to do that, if you're trying to reach that goal. Yeah, it's just an absolute travesty. It's tough. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll pick them to win. They got rid of Eberflus, so sometimes teams after they fire the coach with the interim, they get a win. That's kind of my reasoning here. A lot of teams after they fire their coach, they just get fired up and they win the next week. I don't know what it is. We've seen this happen though a lot. I think the Bears have a shot to do it. Normally I would say the Niners would kill them. But I don't know. The Niners without CMC for what looks like the rest of the year, without Jordan Mason for what looks like the rest of the year. Brandon Ayuk's already been out. They've had injuries defensively, offensive line wise. I don't know. I'll take the Bears. Why not? Sunday night game: Chargers versus Chiefs. Huge AFC West matchup. The Chargers at 8-4. Nobody thought they'd be this good. I think I predicted them preseason 7-10. Man, Jim Harbaugh, as much as I hate the guy, because I am an Ohio State fan, he knows how to coach. He's a really good coach. I'll give him that. And yeah, the Chargers look really good. J.K. Dobbins, though, is out. He's looking like he's out for the year. I don't know if he is, but he was placed on IR last week. So I would assume that means if he's not, he's probably only going to come back for the playoffs. The Chargers defense does look really good, but so does the Chiefs. The Chiefs are healthier. I think they at home in prime time. I think they're overall better with both teams at full strength anyways. I'll go ahead and take the Chiefs at home. Yeah, I would love to see the Chiefs lose, but favored by 3.5 at home. I think this could be a low scoring game. If it is, I trust the Chiefs to get it done. So give me Kansas City. And then the Monday night game. Normally this would be a pretty fun, good matchup, but both these teams have severely underperformed. Obviously, the Cowboys have been without Dak Prescott, and the Bengals have had the worst defense in the league this whole season. I'll go ahead and take the Bengals. I think they're overall better. Their record says otherwise, but the Dallas defense is still solid, but offensively, I don't think the Cowboys have nearly enough, especially at the quarterback position, to keep up with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Those two. If Joe Burrow was on a better team, he'd probably win MVP. Same kind of argument with Jamar Chase in terms of Offensive Player of the Year. I know there's Saquon. Well, that's in the NFC. I know there's Derrick Henry, who makes that a little tough for him. But yeah, he's looking like the best receiver in the league this season, and you could argue Joe Burrow's looked like the best quarterback. And the fact that they're 4-8 is just it's bad. And you can blame that on the defense pretty much entirely. I mean, T. Higgins, Chase Brown as well. Not to mention, those two guys have been phenomenal for them as well. I think the Bengals get it done in Dallas. I think they're better as of right now as we speak. But that is going to do it for the Week 14 NFL game predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you check out the two most recent videos popping up: college basketball Power 40 rankings, and then college football Top 25 rankings. We got loads of college football content coming on the horizon with the playoffs. Upcoming college basketball, of course, every Monday, and then NBA. We'll have that video tomorrow, as well as MLB content. If any of that interests you, make sure you subscribe. Hit the noties to make sure you don't miss any videos. Links in the description, as always. X, Twitch, TikTok, Discord. Make sure you follow those, join those. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys tomorrow with another episode of NBA Playoff Watch.